Hello, welcome to Art Club. I'm excited to have you guys here. So today is going to be day one of a two-part project. By the end of Art Club today, our goal is going to be to have a beautiful background painted for our penguins, and then to have the white tummy part of our penguin glued down to the body of our penguin. And we can have one penguin, two penguins, three penguins, as many as we would like to fit onto our background. I'm going to try to shoot for three penguins on my background, but you guys can choose. You can also choose whether you want your image to go landscape like this, or if you want it to be portrait like this, where your penguin's standing that way. But you'll want to pick that out first, because that's going to maybe help you decide which direction you want to paint on your background. And as you can see, I decided to paint my background kind of like a sunset. I wanted it to be really beautiful and colorful, but you could have yours just be like blues and purples and kind of have it be like this nighttime wintry look to it. You could have yours be bright yellows and oranges like it's midday. You get to decide, but I kind of chose for a very colorful sunset scene for mine. I want mine to be very playful and fun. So I'm just activating my paintbrush in my water, and then trying to activate that watercolor cake over here by adding the water to it, stirring my paintbrush around, and then I'm going to add that color to my background. So once again, you get to choose which colors you want for your background, which direction you want it to go in. I chose landscape, and I chose to do like a sunset. So, but you get to choose for your very own what you would like to have happen. So I'm just going to finish out my background painting here. Let's see, try to get all the way to those edges. I'm going to add a little bit more water then to blend my purple into my blue here. So it's just a nice, beautiful, smooth transition between the two. And sometimes you need to add a lot of water to get them to blend together, so that's what I'm doing here. All right, that's looking pretty good. I think good enough for this demo anyway. So I've got my background painted. Now we're gonna need to let this dry, right? We're not gonna be able to glue anything on this until it is dry. So I'm just gonna set that aside for tomorrow's art club then. And put that right up there for now. So the next thing that we want to be making today are our penguins. So to make the penguin, it's going to be sort of like a upside down U that we're going to cut out of our black piece of paper. And then we're going to cut an even smaller upside down U out of the white piece of paper. So kind of judge how big you want it to be on your background like that. So I've got this one really big one. Now I said I was hoping I want to fit like three, so I'm going to have to make my other penguins a little bit smaller, aren't I? That one's going to be, otherwise they're not all going to fit across here. So we'll set that down, and I'll get out my black sheet of paper here, and I'm going to cut another upside down U, but a little smaller this time, so that hopefully I can get three of them to fit on mine. And three is just a number I picked out. You can choose for yourself if you want to have less, or you could even do more if you make them real tiny, right? All right, so I've got that penguin started, but now I got to cut another U shape on here for the tummy. So I'm going to just kind of measure out. We want it to be, make sure I can see some black on either side, so maybe around like that wide for the tummy. And I'll start like this, but I can always cut it down a little smaller if I need to. Cutting out that U shape. There we go. And let's see how that works. Oh, actually I think that's quite lovely. I might flip it that way so they're sort of facing the same direction. Beautiful. Cool, so I've got that penguin almost ready, but of course I need to glue it down. So we're going to take our glue, get all the way to those edges with my glue stick, like so. And we glue it on down to the black body of our penguin. Now another smart thing to do is to put it under something heavy like a book or something like that to just kind of help hold it in place as it dries. But this is where we're going. So you guys get to choose what colors you want for your background, once again, what direction and how many penguins you want. But by the end of Art Club today and before we have Art Club tomorrow, we're going to want something sort of like this. Tomorrow then we're going to be jazzing this up. We are going to be decorating our penguins. We're going to be giving them maybe some accessories like hats and mittens. So along with your club supplies, you should have gotten yarn and colorful paper. Make sure you have all that ready to go for tomorrow, as well as your scissors, glue. You might even want, if you've got liquid glue, to bring that. You could even look around your home too. If you've got like scrap pieces of fabric that you want to make, you know, cut out some mittens or a hat or a scarf, you could do that. I'm thinking I might even take some of my yarn and like braid it and make a scarf for one of my penguins. So start thinking about all that stuff for tomorrow's Art Club when we really start to make this look fun and come to life. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining in.